Just really sit down and think, what is it that you really want to be doing?
Where do I want to go? Where do I want to be in the future?
When you go through high school, there's a lot of pressure on picking the right degree and trying to plan your career.
There's a lot of pressure to know what you want to do or know what your career is.
I thought about what skills do I need in order to build my knowledge up.
I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do at that point. You know, I knew I wanted to do something in business.
And I realised that going into the business world is something that I really wanted to do.
I decided to choose business because I thought it was the most well-rounded degree.
I knew that, being in business was always going to be a very good basis and foundation to set me up for success.
Accounting really is a fantastic base for business.
If you're a young person that likes numbers, likes business, then be an accountant, do it.
No matter what it was that I wanted to be doing, there was always going to be a business aspect where finance is involved.
So I thought having my accounting degree was enough, and I understood that there was a lot more to learn, and getting that chartered accountant designation and that qualification sitting against your name is huge.
A chartered accountant is a business decision maker.
A chartered accountant looks at business problems through a financial lens.
The skill set that it gives you is such a fantastic grounding for any area of business you want to go into.
When you study to become a chartered accountant, they teach you to really think outside the box.
It affords you many opportunities both professionally and personally.
I think it's actually a really important thing to making you a more rounded person, and that actually makes you a better business person.
So I am an accountant, but my job involves working in rugby, so every day I wake up, come to work and think and talk about rugby all day.
Every single day we are talking about growing the business and driving strategy, so I could be trialling lemonade to see how it tastes. We could be talking about our next billboard campaign.
Looking at billing processes when I worked in telecommunications, looking at funding for television shows and controls around that when I was at the BBC.
The skill sets that you learn can be applied to many, many different things, which means that your options are infinite.
The designation is an international passport for me. It's allowed me to work in various markets, Singapore, Vietnam, London,
San Francisco,
China,
Los Angeles,
Central America.
Being a chartered accountant really makes a big difference when you are looking for jobs overseas.
If I wasn't a chartered accountant, I wouldn't be in London.
There's nothing better than getting an international experience.
I think I'm really driven every day about making a difference and driving change.
The ability to benefit wider society is almost an obligation.
In the role that I do now, I am actually using those skills to benefit as many people as possible and in many corners of the globe. I think being a chartered accountant is probably one of the best decisions I've made in my career. It definitely has helped me in terms of opening the doors of opportunities.
Being a CA does not mean being a boring accountant, it means having doors opened.
You don't have to follow the traditional route.
This is a new generation of accountants, right?
People are breaking that mould now.
It's only boring if you allow it to be boring.
My day job is also my passion.
I think it is kind of a cornerstone qualification.
It enables you to take your career as far as you're willing to take it.
I've managed to turn something that I would do on the weekend into my 9 to 5.